Welcome back to INSAKA Talk Show. We have in our studio T BWOY all the way from Zambia.
Yeah.
So before we went on break, T BWOY, you were going to tell us more about the song Cheers and how it is dedicated to your wife.
Yeah, well, it's just a song that reminded me every time we're in the car, sharing a nice moment. I'd always say, "Cheers, chamo, muntu wanga." So yeah, I decided to make a song. So she doesn't believe I did that song for her. I think kapena bezo fulani kambemo zina yao. So
Hey,
so,
now. Oh, now.
so
I have a
on the
question
on
for
the
you when you're
on the
done.
other song, the Munisunge song that I did at our farm, when I was busy rolling on our tractor, I actually mentioned the name there. So I'm like, did you believe now? Kutinezo imbai, right? Because believe I'm fine.
That's fantastic. Speaking of songs, one of your newer songs is is it Mumanikonda?
Yes.
Yes. So Mumanikonda, looking at the video of that song, for me, it depicts like child abuse. It depicts, people that want to be associated with you when you've become somebody, but they mistreated you in the past when you were a non-entity, so to speak. And I'm very passionate about child abuse and mistreating children in general. As you know, in Zambia, we have a problem of street children, right? We've had for years, and I think that most of the reasons why children run away from home is because of the mistreatment that they get at home from people who are either step parents or guardians who've taken over after the parents have passed on. Is that the direction you were going with that song, or could you tell us something more about that?
Yeah. So certain times I write songs about what I see. Certain times I write songs about what I go through. But that song, I was just speaking about what I see people, the way people get to treat others. It started from a statement my young nephew said something to me. He says, now that I'm a lawyer, I started getting calls here and there. So, from there, it sort of gave me an idea to write a song like, why do people just turn away from children certain times, especially in diaspora? Wamimbika muntu, you get somebody pregnant and then you run away. Most of the guys are the ones that are usually perpetrators. And then your sisters and everybody else, even when they see that your child looks exactly like their brothers, they would say, no, we don't know you.
Yeah, true.
Check you. When you make money, then they want to come around and say, no, we are so sorry. No, forget about all that. Christ says, you forgive and forget. Right now, we are sick. You can help us with the money. I'm saying there's nothing wrong with helping, but people should remember to say nobody knows the future. You can never predict the future. So treat a person as a human being when you have the chance.
That's right.
Okay. So
Yeah.
my question that I wanted to ask you, I know you're from Chiwombo, right?
Yeah.
Chiwombo and Kabwe is like one. So Kabwe has produced a lot of musicians.
Kabwe and Chiwombo, no. It's
different, but
Pasia.
Yeah, it's different.
You went to.
I was born in
Kabwe.
Kabwe.
You went to
I was born. I
Kabwe.
was born in Kawe too, but
Yeah.
ndini wako Chiwombo. A
Okay,
mixture of Chiwombo and Mekaka.
Okay. All right, but my point is Kawe has produced a lot of young musicians, Roberto, Dreams, who else? B Flow. Who else? About 6 or 7. Who?
Your Maps is not from Kabwe?
Your Maps is, I think, from Copper
So
Belt.
Kontameko, what's the guy?
I think
No,
it's from Kabwe.
that's Shanky. That's Shanky.
Shanky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I
From
feel
the-
like from the little that I've heard, you are kind of like a big brother to them. That's why I thought maybe you you affiliate with Kawe. You're a big brother to them because I think
I'm
you're one
from
of
I'm
the
from
legends.
I'm from saying one is from Kawe when they're from Chiwombo is inaccurate. It's like saying you are from Lusaka when you are from Chisamba. That's inaccurate.
Okay.
You know, so me, I was raised between Lusaka. The people that I grew up with in Lusaka actually think I'm from Lusaka. You know, because they saw me every hole they see me. People like Manasseh, people, you know, around Rose Park, we went together to school at Trinity at the preschool right there in Lusaka. So
Yeah.
every holiday they get to see me. They actually think I'm from Lusaka, but because they saw me every holiday.
Oh,
You
Okay.
know,
See.
every holiday they saw me, and we growing up together. They actually think if somebody told them to say this guy is from Chiwombo, they'd refuse. But I am from Chiwombo, and I'm proud to
Okay.
say that. You know, I don't want to say I'm from Lusaka. Moving to Lusaka, I moved completely again when I was in grade 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I moved again completely. Like I never went back to Chiwombo from grade 10 up to, you know, Nakula chap. But between grade 10 and then I was always in Lusaka and in Chiwombo. Lusaka and Chiwombo just like that. But I'm a Chiwombo guy.
But you are
Yeah.
very famous in Kawe, and that's the reason why I'm
I'm
saying
very
this.
famous all
So
around
much-
Zambia.
They have
Is
so
it-
no,
is
they
it-
have so much respect for you because I think they consider you a legend. The fact that you kind of like elevated the music to the level where it was before, and
I
The
I know
appreciate
virtual
it.
proximity.
all the young people in that region, they were looking up to you.
I
So
appreciate
you're
it.
a legend. I know I watched a video where you didn't want to say you're a legend. You are.
Mm.
You know,
You own it.
when you say a legend, there's people that I look up to. Like I wanna meet Sean Paul so bad. I wanna do a song with Shaggy so bad. When I look at those guys that are older, far much older than me, I think Shaggy is in his 50s. Sean Paul was born in 1973. You know, I was born in the late, not late 80s, but pakatikati kuenda kuma last. You know what I mean? So when somebody calls me a legend, is like, you know, I haven't even done what I'm supposed to do. You know,
But what if that's
so
how they look at you?
legend comes with the amount of work. I only have 100 and something songs online.
Only.
You
That's
know,
a
only
lot.
released
Look, it's just saying
only released
only. It's
100 and
saying
something.
only.
Yeah.
No,
So
seriously.
huh?
They look at you like that. So just, I mean, I'm saying that they look at you as a legend. I know you want to get to a point where you feel like now I can be called a legend. But
I'll
these
be
young
happy.
people, they look at you as a legend. You know, you might not think you sum up to the word legend, but they do, you know,
Okay.
and it's a very important, it's a very, very important title because all these young people that are coming up, they're in Chandana and stuff like that. If they look at you and say, "Oh, I'm Dal and you are legend," that's how they look at you, right?
Timo, I think to I get our T boy part for a little longer here. I think we have a few more questions we can ask him, or we can
No,
just make it. The only thing I like when he speak Nyanja. Like I saw him on one of the interviews, he was just going off Nyanja. Like, "If it's on the Nyanja." I was like, okay, I like that. And you know, that's the good thing about you. Like you're very humble, and then please don't lose it because
Yeah.
like you say, people comes here and be
I can I can
open-minded
I
because
can never I can never lose it. You know, not to say anything, but you know, my family where I come from in Zambia, at least one being Wole Mera Maning che. So I would have been even now I would say, you know, I'm from Lusaka, you know,
I'm from
this.
Lusaka. I
You
live in
know, and
Hoodlands.
even the little things that I have, I would have, you know, been showing them out to the public, like, you know, I own this, I do this and that, but
Yeah,
that's not necessary, you know. So
Yeah.
who you are is who you are, regardless of the place, and
Yeah.
that's
and
right.
regardless of where you are. If you're stupid, you'll be stupid wherever you go. If you're sensible, you'll be sensible
That's
wherever you go. If a lot of people, when they come to America, they feel like they've achieved a lot of stuff. I was driving in Zambia. What's the excitement if I come to
I did the
America
same thing.
and I
Remember,
buy a car?
Kristen, I did
What
the
will
same
be the
thing.
excitement?
I
know,
said the same thing. We have lights. We just don't have long buildings.
Yeah, so if a person never used to drive in Zambia, when they come here, I can understand, and they drive for the first time here and they start looking down on people down back home. I will understand because it's a dream come true. But I'm actually finding it a little harder here to adjust Chizungu Chivuta, speaking English the whole day, getting into you, trying to get into your system is very hard. The English that you people speak, I was doing some adverbs some other time. I failed terribly the first time I ever attempted on them because the English was different. I got 19% out of 100 the first time. Second time I passed a lot because I had to study harder. And it's a whole different country. Apart from, that I'm me. I'll forever be me.
We're grateful for you.
In closing, I have one last question. Do you have any regrets for when it comes to music, career-wise, everything that you've done? And if so, what would you tell your younger self? And what advice do you have for a 15-year-old T-boy?
It's to do what I do best and never try to copy anyone. I've never tried to copy anyone. You know what lacks for me, and I can tell you right now, if I had a little bit of money right now, a little bit more money right now, I can win the Grammys. Do you know that?
Yeah, we know.
If I had a little bit of money, or if I had a little bit of somebody to pump into my music career, do you know I can be one of the best musicians ever that will make everybody proud because I'm different and I do things differently. So I have nothing to regret. I have nothing to regret at all. I'm just keeping me, always trying to infuse my tradition. Chinyanja chimachikamu maningi mumanyimbo ndawa nde chitundu chenaponzera kamba. My grandmother was Chikunda, so she taught me how to speak. And every time she's looking at me, she'll say, "Iwe tanonga ndiwe ntantwe." You know what that means? You're the pillar of the family. So she would say, "You tanonga ndiwe ntantwe iwe," and you will make us proud. You will go very far. So I keep that too. Every time, even when I'm singing my music, I'm doing everything. I keep thinking about my grandma and saying, she said it, and I really must make her proud. So 15-year-old me would probably, the same way that you're going, keep going at it, because I always had to carry music and school same time simultaneously. So when when the music is not popping, I have something that I rely on that will still get me hungry. So even when people were wondering like, oh, he's gone 2 years, he's not producing music, I was able to finance my videos and I was able to do a lot more different things. Without looking broke, without being broke. Somebody mentioned, so okay, let's pump into this. And something that you might not know, in 2001, I had a studio called Busy Baila, which was me and Tishon. So this studio, we had a couple of musicians. That's where most of the musicians, that's where even Makitu recorded his Google song, famous Google. That's where, people like Wazy were born from my studio. We discovered her and she's a good girl. I'm so proud of where she's going. I'm proud of what she's become. And I used to tell her, you're gonna be big one day, you're gonna be a star one day. And I'm just happy to see that she's made it this big.
I love her.
So
my favorite.
There's a few more stuff that I've done. A lot more people that recorded from my studio. And I kept it cool. Nobody even knew most of the times that I contributed in people's lives like that.
Well, speaking of the studio, you have a new album called Wisi Tamika. Tamika, right? Tell us a little bit about that. What was your inspiration and what's your favorite song and your favorite
I
video?
think I love all the songs on the project because they're all different. And the fusion of Kalindula and dancehall, EDM sometimes is just because I want to show the versatility. You see, nowadays, if you hear an album, somebody has dropped an album, I can bet you that you hear some Nigerian music sound that you
You
know
know, right? Yeah.
somewhere.
Don't
But
check on
you,
this
you
check.
can literally sing, you can literally sing another Nigerian song on our some of our guys' albums when it starts. So I wanted to make an album that is very different from anybody else. That you will not sing any other song. When you hear the song, it's just me, originality, it's just me, you know. So I hope that you guys are gonna get a chance to actually listen to the project, and many more people will listen to it because I think it's a masterpiece. Thank you very much to the guys. Excuse me, that produced it, Tishon, DJ Draw. I got a young producer called DJ Draw. I stayed with him in my house for a month. We're just talking. I didn't want him to make music with me. I wanted him to understand me and to know what exactly I wanted to produce. So we're just talking, and I was telling him, "Oh, why in Nyimbo?" Sometimes I'll drive to my plot and I'm listening to the song and I'm telling him, "Machi, Vera Nyimbo, why in Vera?" And then sometimes I'll tell him because I just wanted to build a relationship that's
Different, yeah.
it's not just about music, but
It's
it's
not
about
about
him
business.
understanding my
Yeah.
vision for the project. Yeah, so
Right.
we made up something that is very, very different. We had Kidman on the album, a very talented young artist also. We had Lanji. Lanji is a very, very interesting musician. I think she's gonna be one of Zambia's biggest, if not Zambia, then the entire Africa. If not the entire Africa, then the world. She's
Oh
very,
my
very
God.
talented. She sings and writes songs by herself. You know,
Wow.
she actually co-wrote the song called "Beautiful" on my album, and also there's another song called "Tell Them." Yes, she would. Sometimes what I would do is when I get into the studio, I leave them in my home studio. I say, guys, I want you to create this song with this sound. I'll be coming. You know, then I find them creating something. I'm like, no, I didn't like that. Let's twist it. Let's make it this way. Let's do this and that. So I told her, make me sing a song on the high notes. I want to sing a song on the high notes, but I do not know how to start. So that's when she did those leads from the beautiful song, you know. So and I sounded different, and for me, it's all about differentiation. Yeah, and there's also who else? There's a CEO on the project. I'm happy I introduced him to KB and he's signed now under uh, um, Nexus Music, which is a good thing. When KB heard AC singing live with me, KB got interested and he says, I wanna sign that guy. So, you know, I exchanged numbers, you know, and they're there today. And
Amazing.
some people also, the people that play the guitars, like Celestine and few more. Most of the times when we have producers producing the music, we only mention their names, but we never mention the other
Yeah.
instrumentalists that
Good.
contribute
Yeah, I
to our
know,
project.
right? Yeah.
So I just wanted to take a chance and opportunity to mention them. And there's also one boy uh, called Young Kid. Young Kid also produced a very lovely song on my project featuring Tilo. It's called Milo. This song talks about love me, don't love me tomorrow. Love me now. Don't give me the flowers when I'm dead, because I won't, you know, do anything with the flowers. Let's eat the sausage now when we can. You know, yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
On that note of appreciation and recognition, we do want to recognize you for the support that you rendered the diaspora community last year when COVID hit and everybody was trying to figure out how can we help. And so, with the help of Mr. Davis Chira, our producer and director, we came up with a program to raise funds to send PPE equipment to Zambia to help out with the pandemic. So I know all of us here on this call were a part of that in some way or the other. in raising the money, and you, all the way from Zambia, volunteered your time and your talents for the same show. So we do want to appreciate you for that gesture. You know,
Thank you very much.
And we appreciate your time with us today on this in the studio. I think the ladies can definitely concur with me when I say that we've had a really good time, very good conversation, and we hope you can join us again on our INSAKA.
I appreciate
Come
the
back
time.
again.
Thank you so
And I
much.
just want to say thank you very much to everybody that has been supporting Zambia music. It's not about me, but it's about us. Many of the things that you people in the diaspora, especially, you want things to happen. You know, the time that I came here, I've been doing live shows. I did a live show even when I went to Chicago. Even when I went to Chicago, I refused to just sing with a DJ. I started with a keyboard. Did you ever wonder how that keyboard guy came? We had
Yeah,
to
I was
hire the keyboard.
wondering. Yeah.
We had to hire the keyboard at our data
Yay.
center, and we had to pay the guy to play keyboard just so we can make it different. You know,
Oh,
Right.
I
so
watched
that
you. I watched you in Dallas when you were here for the live show with the live band. I was there with my husband and some of our friends,
I appreciate
and
it.
we were looking forward to watching you again on New Year's Day. But of course, the show had to postpone because of the COVID numbers and everything happening.
I
So,
appreciate. There was one person that that understood what I wanted. His name is Ricky Banda. So Ricky
oh,
Banda called
Ricky,
me.
yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
So I told him, look, if I'm to make a show in America, I'm
mm,
beginning to market myself here. There's no ways I'm gonna perform at the show with a CD. Could you
mm,
help me? Can we make this function work? He says, we didn't make a budget for this, but I believe in your sound. I love
mm,
what you do, so I'm gonna go all out. They went all out, booked the whole band. We started rehearsals here on time. We
mm,
did what we could do, and the show, I think it was nice. I would love to see that happening. The problem is this: I want to tell the community, and it's coming from a good heart, really. When you are calling a musician,
mm,
please, mafaka kocha Beckham team machabe. You just we're trying to get these things. You see, videos cost a lot.
yeah,
Music costs a lot. So please
mhm,
think about that also. It's not just come. We only have $300. The $300 won't take us anywhere. But if you
no,
say, you know what, we wanna help you grow. We do
mhm,
not have a very big budget, but what we wanna do is we could, make up an exhibition where there's different people, and this other person is gonna put up this money, so that when
mhm,
I even go back home, it will be easy for me to even make a music video from that.
Yeah.
Because
That's
the
true.
sort of exposure
Makes
that you
sense.
always talk about, no, we are exposing you, and there's 10 people in the background, there's 30 people in the background. That is not exposure. It's killing us. It's not taking us
mm.
anywhere. And the people back home
Mavela
are very
Mazambia
excited.
support your
Yes.
They're
local
very
team.
excited. What hurts is people. You see a lot of people saying they bought a brand new shoe for so much. They're at a
Mm,
party and they'll tell you, um, kupati kulya twaire, twaliripira $100.
That's very
Kaini
true.
yafe akulya nekyalwalwa. Eh, and then they expect you to go and
Your
perform.
Bemba is terrible. Just speak
Wh-
Nyanja.
When when they
Nyanja.
want you
I
when they
know.
want you to go and perform, they want you to go and perform for less money because they believe you won't take quality. But
and they
quality
even
was
negotiate on that low
Yeah.
they
price.
even negotiate.
Yeah.
There's
I
a lady
know.
that brought me to Dallas one time. I was so humbled. She says, T, I want you to come for my child's bridal shower. And she paid
Mm,
me $1,700. I was so shocked. She says, I wanna how much do you charge? So when I told her that amount, she says, okay, I'm gonna pay you that. On top of that, she was doing things alone. I sang 2 songs there. I was like, yeah, they want to Funika. The people, you
Yeah.
people, some of you have
Yeah,
money,
it's
but
true.
you do not just want to spend on the music
Yeah,
because
it's
you do
true.
not believe in it, but you expect us to grow. What sort
mm,
Yeah.
of market is there?
Yeah.
That's
How
very
are we
true.
gonna grow?
Yeah,
If I
true.
want to feature somebody else, and some of you even have the connections to link us up to other people, but you say, "Tikamuuzibisa kuri aba azakusa." You know,
That's the
Right.
thing.
that's why I'm introduce kuri baya alatumba. There are
At
other
first,
people that want radio
like,
station.
no, we have a tendency of saying like, oh, first why na mwishimisha kubantu?
Exactly. You know, but don't you know that when you help me, your children who you left back home will find it easy because I'm already here and they'll penetrate through me. Do you know that even the Zambian economy will be better because I'll be taking that money back home, that revenue back home, and there's going to be contribution, you know, from the music industry into the Zambian GDP. Do you know that the grandmother, your grandfather, somebody who's out there, if I'm contributing to the Zambian economy, our country will grow because
That's
of that one connection that you are sitting on because you think I'm going to get stupid when you link me up to it.
I
You know,
got you, my
so that,
brother. I'll be
Well,
calling you on the background.
I hope all the communities that are in America are listening. We are
Yeah.
all leaders. We have leaders on the platform, so we are listening. And you performed in Chicago, and I know where we went wrong, and we apologize if we did. It wasn't intentional, but we are hoping the audience can listen to what you're saying. I know you're speaking on
it's
behalf
just
of
about us.
all the
It's just
musicians.
about us. Look,
Yeah.
we see Nigerians every day they're on TikTok, they're dancing to their own songs. Do you see so many other Zambians here in the diaspora listening to the Zambian music? They say we are whack. They say we are trash. They think, but they dance to the Nigerian music. What's so different between us and Nigerians?
Yeah,
Nothing.
it's true.
It's just that they get support from their own.
Self-promotion.
Yeah.
That's it. You
Self,
know,
Very true.
and that's what we need to
how
do.
do you feel promoting somebody that is foreign? Somebody was asking me for money the last time, I think 3 days ago, and I went on their Facebook, I checked their TikTok, I checked, and I said, look, I think you've got to get money from Omale. You know why? Because you promote Omale every time. You never promote me. So, you know, yes, I can believe ndio kapempendalama kwa mene kuja. When you start promoting me, where do you expect me to get the money from?
I know.
Like what sort of magic? If
You
your
know
bank
what?
is Chase Bank, you can never go to Bank of America to go and ask for a loan. Bank of America will be,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
know the one.
So if you're banking with Chase Bank, you go to Chase Bank and
Yeah.
ask for a
Yeah,
loan.
where they know you. That's very true. You're
That's the
very
way it
right. And
works. So
thank you for being wise on that and being behalf of everything. You're just speaking to all communities, like the ladies just said. We need to really promote our own because on that it's like even if you come like you're a superstar. I think I met you somewhere. I mean, I didn't know you, but just because I met you and I was talking to the person that you're with, like, you know, we just have to like respect. Like, I didn't know this was T BWOY, right? Because you're humble and I'm also humble. Look at me, I'm also humble a little. But I like yeah, like we treated you like that. And then when I realized it was one of my brother's bridal shower, and then I saw you dancing, and then nobody was dancing with you. It was one of my brother in Connecticut. And then I was like, what's wrong with these people? Everybody just sitting down with the dresses. I stood up. I went dance with him. And then you see now everybody start coming and dancing. I'm like, we need to embrace our own. Like it's about time. Because look, he's a musician. He's singing through the, like you said, there's no live band. So he's singing alone there, right? And he's got energy, and the energy is just like nice and humble. But we're just sitting down, just like when we were on our chairs, because we don't have to dance.
Abamzambia,
Ah,
Atumba.
We don't even
Abansala.
How
we
about
don't
like,
even
for me,
embrace
I
our
didn't know what it
celebrities.
was. I
No,
just because
we don't.
you know, like I don't know you, but when I remember the song, like, hey, man, do for your rainbow. Oh, gosh, you boy. I just went and dance floor and just done dancing, and then now you see everybody comes up. It's like we need to find the way to start promoting our own, especially when they come here. We've been here for a long time. We can introduce us to our friends who can take them somewhere else, and we just need to like, let's do this. Come on, people. This is why we are Panstaka. Let's
You
help
know the
one
catchy point.
Let's support.
The catchy point is if you are promoting me or helping me, you're not helping me alone. You're helping so many other people that are left
Yeah,
back home.
exactly.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
your grandfather, your grandmother, everybody else, if the GDP grows, look at countries like Nigeria. How are they benefiting from the music?
True.
They're
Oh,
benefiting a lot.
So with
a
that
lot of
being
money.
said, we are going to do a TikTok video, all four of us, each to
Yes.
teach
Yes.
New song.
It's gonna be your song.
What's the song? The Bashi.
How?
Wisi
What's the
Tamika.
new song?
But Santa Mika.
Tamika.
Wisi Tamika.
Iwe mubemba.
Wisi Tamika.
So we're going to do TikTok
Wisi Tamika.
videos.
Yes.
Using T BWOY songs. How about that? Is that great? Can
Yes.
we be the first
Yes.
one?
We're gonna be
Sounds
the first.
nice.
Yeah.
Sounds
Let's
great.
break
Sounds
that
nice.
cycle.
We're gonna do that.
And let's get our kids to do it, because all our children do TikToks, right?
We're gonna
Yeah,
do
I
that.
know.
Do it. And
No,
when
right.
their friends see, their friends will see, and their friends will see. So let's
That's very
do that.
true. That's very true.
Thank
So
you
we
very
know
much.
You know, earlier, T-Boy, you said when you went to your Jamaican friends, you know, Killer, you see how they treated you? They had bodyguards.
I was with
I
people
have
with
never
guns.
seen a Zambian artist
I was
treated
people.
the way that you
But
were
how would
saying.
that treat us like that? We have a small crowd. I was with people with guns all over, and I was in a big van. I posted some videos. Some of them I was just busy looking. I'm shocked. I was in a moment of silence, like, oh wow, God, this happens. Spice was there, busy dancing, and the boyfriend. I wanted to go and say, Spice, let's take a photo, but I said, I guess we're gonna be meeting so many times, because the dude couldn't let. He was just busy like this. I'm like, you want to be?
But we can change the
from
game.
America.
We can change the game. We have
Yeah,
to
but
change
you
the
see,
game.
if a person
We
like
have-
him would see a lot of value in me and actually
In you.
get me and
Absolutely.
show me to say this is what we do, then there is something. It tells you something. It tells you something. It tells you something. I felt nice. I felt like, okay, then I think the world is opening up now.
Okay.
No, we'll be the first, and we are on you. We're gonna put the money on you, and God with you. So when you open up, and then God will blossom the whole Zambia, because I feel like, you know what, even us one day they need to hear us. Zambians, we have so many good artists in everything that we're doing. So I think now, Nelly, we can come to a conclusion. Let's just say thank you for T-Boy being here.
Yeah.
We thank you. We thank you, T-Boy, for coming on the show. And ladies, thank you so much for all the beautiful questions, the interactions. T-Boy, wish you all the best. We'll be doing TikToks. You're going to see us online. And much love, brother.
Yes, thank you.